Welcome at PAST 2024 at ETH Zurich. I'm here with Nick Brown from EPCC. Nick, you were a chair of a mini-symposium at this PAST conference. Can you tell us what your mini-symposium was about?
Yeah, so it's all about the novel hardware architectures that we're seeing becoming available for HPC and machine learning workloads. It almost feels like every week there's a new architecture that's being announced. And whilst there's a lot of these, they're actually very exciting because we've got a lot of focus on decarbonising our workloads. There's a lot of promise with these different things, but of course it's just making sense of the space and actually understanding what benefit we can get from them.
So the discussion is over because your mini-symposium has been concluded. What were your take-home message? Do you have take-home messages?
Yeah, we do. I mean, on purpose, I had 3 very different speakers as part of it. So we had a vendor, we had somebody who was more a user but been trying to use one of these systems, and then we had somebody who is much more on the research side, sort of developing the systems, but doing a lot of the preliminary work. And it was very interesting to see some of the common challenges that they face in and around the programming models, really. And actually, I've come away from this thinking, yes, there's a lot of focus on the hardware, but often underlying this, is it a software problem? Do we as the HPC and AI community need to focus on our tools, our frameworks, to actually make these things programmable and exploitable?
So when you organize your mini-symposium, you really try to stick to the core of the past conference, of this interdisciplinarity and also this relation with the vendors, with the scientists, in order to really come up with innovative ideas on how to move forward.
Yes, I mean, it sort of worked out that way. I think it was maybe a little bit more serendipitous. But it was obviously the focus that the audience would be more interested on the interdisciplinarity and more interested in actually being able to see things that work. Yeah. But also it was just thinking about who would do interesting things and who has interesting areas to explore and highlight as well.
So my last question is, so what would be the follow-up? What are the next steps that you would take to, for example, come back at the next conference?
I mean, from a personal perspective, I always come away from these thinking, I wish I had more time. There's so many interesting and cool things people are showing you. I think, well, I want to play with that, and I want to play with that, and I want to play with that. I think more generally, there is a lot of opportunity in Europe. So it's really trying to understand the touch points and where the common challenges are. And I've mentioned the programming side of things. And I was very interested to hear from the audience as well, some of the different things and activities that are going on to try and solve that challenge, the programming challenge, the software challenge, across the different technologies. So that's something I really want to explore, and maybe for a future PASC, bring that side in and say, this was 24, how have we advanced in 25 with these things?
So Nick, I thank you very much for your time. I hope that you will be at the next PASC conference because we really need enthusiastic and involving people in these conferences because you give the impression that you really like what you do. So I hope that you can also transfer this enthusiasm to your mini-symposium participants.
Well, thank you very much. Nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.